Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm too slow. I'm not. I'm not as fast as Peter. I'm not as fast as Sifu, but it's
Try
still
that
fun.
again. Try that again with all your speed. Come
With
on.
all my speed?
Yeah, come on, let's go. That's pretty good. Really good.
I just pulled something. There you go. There's the professional right there. What is going on? We have Sifu in the house. Peter Pham, actor, director, fight choreographer, producer. He's done it all. That's right. And it's so awesome to have you here hanging out with the Samurai Guy and the Movie Dojo brother. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We had to set it up and set the scene. You know what I mean? We gotta hang out and talk movies and martial arts and have a great time. And we're gonna get to that Foggy Mountain. We're gonna get to that in a second. But first off, we got some people showing up here. That's right. We got Jake Hall saying hello there. That's
Hello,
right.
Jack Hall.
Yeah, we got Richard G saying yo yo. That's
Yo,
right.
what's up? What's up?
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's awesome to have you here, brother. And we're
Thank
gonna
you for
have
having
some
me.
fun. What's up?
Thank you for having me on the
Oh
show.
yeah, oh yeah. Anytime. I mean, we had a blast last night. We had James Pax, Lightning from Big Trouble in Little China, hanging out
Wow.
with us yesterday. That's right. Samurai Guy's been busy. I've been busy. Brian here saying, "What is going on?" He's giving the thumbs up. That's right. Oh yeah, yes sir. So now that I have Peter in the house, that's right. He is here. Peter, what attracted you to martial arts? When did you start taking it, my friend? When did you get into it? You got the bug.
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about my background. My name is Peter Pham, and I go by the nickname Sifu Pham on my YouTube channel. I uh, I was born and raised in Saigon, Vietnam, and I moved to the country, Texas, in 1993. As a child, I was inspired by a bunch of martial arts movie. Same thing with you and a lot of fans out there. So I started studying Taekwondo when I was a kid, and then some Shaolin Kung Fu. Then when I came over here, I got my first job in the state, and then I sparred with a guy, and I lost. And I found out that he studied JKD and Wing Chun. And then I asked him who his teacher was, and he took me and introduced me to his Sifu, and that's how I fell in love with Wing Chun ever since. And that's in 1999. And I've been practicing, teaching, and continuing to enhance and improve my skill up until today.
Nice, nice. So, how old were you then?
13.
13. Wow, wow. Copy that. Copy that. And you're still learning and growing and getting better, right? It's
Yeah.
you always keep learning, right?
Yeah, currently I have a school in Dallas that I have been teaching since 2000. And that's how I got into movie industry and connection with other local directors and filmmakers in Texas.
Nice, nice. Copy that. Copy that. And did it something that attracted you, filmmaking, or you just kind of fell into it and then you grew to love it?
Accidentally, I fell into it. I went to Georgia Tech, and my background is software industrial engineering. It's nothing to do with movie industry. So I was teaching martial arts at nighttime for a while, and my school was growing with a lot of students and popularity on the internet at that time. And I remember one time Chuck Norris got a casting call for one of his, TV commercial in Brazil. So they were looking for some Asian dudes that know how to fight.
Yeah.
So I saw the casting call, and I thought the pay was pretty good. So
Yeah.
then I just wanted to give myself a try, and that was in 2012, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and recently, so I drove to Austin, Texas, for the casting call, and I remember when I got there, it was a long line of people.
Yeah.
It was the most Asian people I've ever seen. Like hundreds of them waiting in line. They all look so intimidated. I remember, and I said to myself, "Oh hell no, they're not gonna pick me because I see there's so many guys out there." I was a little bit,
Yeah.
worried, but then I said, you know what? I already drove 4 hours to the casting location. Might as well just give it a try. So I was waiting in line until I got my name, to you know hey, Peter Pham, your turn. So I remember I came in and there was about 4 or 5 people sitting behind the desk. And they say, well, you got 30 seconds to show us what you got. I was like, what the heck?
Wow.
So
Put you on the spot.
yeah, put me on the spot. And I was waiting outside. I looked through the glass window. I saw everyone, doing some fancy movement, tornado kick, spinning hook kick, jumping in the air. Look super crazy. I was like, there's no way I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, so what I did was I mimicked Bruce Lee.
Nice.
I showed some Jeet Kune Do and everything. And then the casting director said, you know how to use nunchuck? I said, yeah. So they gave me the nunchuck. And I kept on going. They said, okay, can you do that again? So I said, I said to myself, ooh, they like this.
Yeah.
So then I kept on doing it. And they said, okay. And they were like whispering to each other's ear. And then I finished my audition. I went outside and then went up the person that worked there and asked for my detailed information and everything. So I gave them my name and everything that they asked for at that time. And then I drove home the same day, just for fun. That was the first time ever. And I made it halfway to Dallas and I got a call saying, hey, we want you to come back the next day for a second audition. I was like, you could have told me that. I could have gotten to a hotel or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell them that. So the next day I came back again and I got a role.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. What was the project again? What was it again?
It was a TV commercial for Chuck Norris in Brazil, and I played one of the gangsters. I remember that.
Nice.
I walked on set, and I stayed there for like 14 hours. I was like a kid, in a candy store. They got a food truck, police, production design, a lot of people, and I was like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I waited all day until they called me, and then I appeared on screen for a little bit, and then I left.
Nice.
I paid for the role and also got a bonus check, and I was like, man,
hey,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Now you're getting the bug. Now you're getting the,
Right.
you're getting the filmmaking bug.
To the film industry.
I love how you had to imitate Bruce Lee to get into a Chuck Norris project. That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
did you go up to Chuck and rip some of his hair off and blow it? Did you do that?
I wish he would let me. At that time, Chuck is old, so I think he had a stunt double.
Okay.
For the short, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, Chuck. Gotta love Chuck. Gotta love Bruce Lee. And James Pax yesterday was just, Bruce Lee was one of his motivations to take martial arts and get into the movie industry. We were talking yesterday. So yeah, hey, whatever works and get your foot in the door. And I'm glad it worked out, my friend, because I'm still playing catch up. Everybody that's watching right now, check the links in the description box below. Follow Peter's YouTube channel, subscribe, because there's so much content there that I'm still playing catch up, trying to watch all of the badassity that is there. Just all these awesome fight scenes that are blowing my mind, Peter. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to reach out to you. It wasn't just because of Foggy Mountain. It was because I saw some of your fight scenes first, and I was like, wow, this guy is phenomenal, and his team is so good. But let's have some fun here, and let's show one of the clips right now. Locksmith. I'm going to go ahead and jump into that, Peter. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Prepare yourselves, everyone. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Anything SPL inspired, I'm there. I'm there because I love it. I love it.
You know, that was done, I would say, late 2013.
Wow.
And at that time, I had very minimal knowledge of movie choreography and
No.
industry.
No way.
Let me tell you something. After the Chuck Norris gig, and I studied. I watched a lot of movies. I break the scenes down, and I studied the frame and everything.
Yeah.
Picked up the camera. I learned how to shoot my own self along with my student. Johnson, the gentleman in the clip that you saw, was one of my top Wing Chun student. I had about 10 of them. So, I got bored. I said, I want to shoot my own thing. So I told my friend, and we bought a camera, and we decided to rehearse for like only a few hours, and we made that up. And we just shot and edited everything on our own without knowing much about the filming industry.
Wow. That's even more mind-blowing that you told me that. That's insane.
And if you saw the baton that I used in that clip was the real one. I just spray painted,
Yeah.
And the little kanata that Johnson used was a real one too. And I remember he chopped my fingers and was bleeding badly because we actually used the real weapon. So I had to wrap it up, and toward the end, it's kind of hurt me a little bit, but blood just kept dropping out. So most of the blow that I hit him or hit me was real contact to the body, and we loved it. So.
Wow. So this was one of your earliest fights.
Yeah, that was one of my earliest fight. I just wanted to shoot a previous to show, to the world or to all the producer out there that what I could do. And I think with the technology nowadays, if you have a lot of passion for what you do, you study, and you know how to do it, you can actually make your own thing. That's good.
Copy that. Jake here says, "Wow, that was awesome." Yes, it was, Jake. Yeah, Jake enjoyed it.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah. But man, yeah, I had to show that clip. I had to, because that was one of the ones I was just like, "Who is this?" Like, who is Peter? Samurai Guy is gonna have to make some calls, send some emails. I got to reach out to this guy. But yeah, speaking of some other projects, you did some action, choreography and stuff like this. Let's talk about some of the other projects that you have done.
Oh, that was the second movie that I did in Vietnam. It's called The Battle of Students. And this is like a Vietnamese version of the Karate Kid, if you will. And I stayed there for 6 months. I trained the actors, and I coach them and put together a fight sequence. And we shot the movie there. And
nice.
That right before COVID. And when COVID hit, Vietnam and all the part of the world, it hurt production, it hurt everything. So it was a tough time. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm sure it hurt the production of Foggy Mountain too, correct? Like,
absolutely. I shot the Foggy Mountain in 2019, late 2019, and then I shot the movie that you just showed on the screen right after that. And after that, COVID hit.
Right. Yeah. It was rough. It was a rough time.
remember, yeah.
But all we can do as human beings is just keep on moving forward. That's
Keep
all we can do.
keep fighting, staying strong, staying positive. Don't let get into your mind, and you are your own worst enemy. And let me
Yes.
tell you, man, when I shot the Foggy Mountain in late 2019, not knowing that I entered the movie industry where the whole world is going down like this, hit rock bottom. And I didn't know that we put our own investment along with other people, money in Vietnam to create that movie, thinking that was going to be a huge success. And uh, when it hit the theater in Vietnam, 1 week later, the whole country shut down. So
Man.
people were scared to go see my movie because of COVID.
Right.
At
Right.
that time, I hit depression mode. I was thinking, oh my goodness, why? What happened? And I remember when we had the movie premiere in Vietnam, I had over 1,000 guests came out to support. The theater was packed. The red carpet was full of people. All the local Vietnamese celebrity came out to support me. And
Yeah.
some of the top celebrity even called me on my personal cell phone to welcome me to Vietnam movie industry, but also to warn me, you got to be careful because COVID is on the rise. I don't know why you're so crazy to release your movie while everybody else, all the producers and everybody else, kind of withdraw the movie out of the theaters. And I think
Yeah.
I got hungry. I was crazy. I didn't scare. I said, you know what? I don't really care. But that was not only my decision, but the decision as a group of me and two other producers in Vietnam. So
Got you.
we took a chance. And sure enough, 1 week after that, the country shut down and no movie was shown in the theater until like October of that year, which is crazy.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And and it took us this long to bring the movie to North America, and thanks to
Yes.
USA and Haya, and
Yes.
picked it up and it's available on
And
Haya.
you're in good hands, my friend. That's right, because Wogo USA is phenomenal, phenomenal company, and the Hi-Yah channel. Hey, hey, I gotta let me get up here. Hold on a second. Bam. Oh, that's the wrong one. There you go. The Hi-Yah channel is still, in my opinion, the best. There is no other competition. This is the best streaming service, martial arts, action, cinema, kung fu, everything,
Speaking of,
everything.
yeah,
It's
speaking
the
of
best.
Haya, I think Haya has the ultimate martial arts collection that you can go all the way back to Shaw Brothers and
Yep.
Gordon Liu and some of the old kung fu movie. That I
Yeah.
think I talked to Brandon Lance, the gentleman who's in charge of a lot of that action. I mean, martial arts
Yeah.
movie. I think they start bringing in all the old kung fu classic movies for a fan like you and me and a lot of the
Yeah.
guys out there. I think
Yeah.
it's good because
Yeah. I mean, there's Angela Mao movies on there, Hapkido. There's like a lot of classic stuff from the '80s. You and Biao films and Cynthia Rothrock, Michelle Yeoh. There's so much on Hi-Yah, but there's modern day stuff there too, and there's different genres. There's horror, there's fantasy, wuxia. Hi-Yah is king right now, so I'm so happy for you, brother.
oh,
That you're like I said, you're in good hands. Wogo USA and Hi-Yah is perfect for Foggy Mountain. And speaking of Foggy Mountain, we have a question here from chat from Anthony here. When is Foggy Mountain coming to Blu-ray, Peter?
Well Go USA is working on that as we speak. They're going to have it on Blu-ray, and I just spoke to Brandon. It's going to be on iTunes, uh, you know, later
Nice.
this year, and I'm sure it's going to be on Roku and some other platforms. So that was my first feature, guys. So watch it to support me, so I can make more movies, more
Oh
action,
yeah.
traditional movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And speaking of Brennan, shout out to Brennan. Speaking of Brennan, let's talk about this before we show the clip.
So that was, I think that was right before I shot the Foggy Mountain, or maybe during that. Yeah, it's right before I shot the Foggy Mountain. So Brandon reached out to me. He goes, "Hey Peter, I watch a lot of your stuff on your YouTube channel, just like you. He watched a lot of that, and
Yeah.
we want to do something with you, and we're not sure what we can do together. But do you have anything particular in mind? I said, well, Brandon, what I can do right now, either I can help to promote Yip Man, because I know at that time they brought Yip Man and Ong Bak and some other martial arts movie from Asia to their platform, and I said I would show up to support you. And not only we did that, but also he said, you know what? Why don't we just create a short movie together to see what you can do? And
Nice. Wow.
he and his company just gave us some money and said,
That's awesome.
"Go do it." And I was shocked. I said, "Man, I'm not fully prepared, but I can do this." So within one weekend, I think it was on a Saturday and a Sunday, 2 nights.
Yeah.
We used all that money. We rent equipments, camera, and brought in a bunch of stunt guys, and we shot that short action. It's called Mayhem 24/7. Just to prove it to him that I can design actions and do something on the spot for him. I remember Brandon is so cool. Him and his wife,
Oh yeah, he's great.
brother, came out to watch what we did and supported us.
Yeah.
And after we edited everything, I gave him the copy, and he loves it. So
Nice.
hopefully we're gonna make more content for Haya and for our fans out there.
Yes, yes. The more the merrier, I say. But I have not seen this yet. So let's take a look at it together, guys. Let's have some fun. Let me do some little screen share option here. Hold on one second. And then we can watch it together, react to it. And by all means, Peter, give you some commentary. And yeah, let's have some fun and let's check out Mayhem. There we go. Bam. There we go. All right. Let's do it. There we go. The almighty Well Go USA. And I'm not being paid to say it like that. I'm just a fan. So this is a fight scene, right? Or short. Oh, Peter, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I can hear and watch everything over here just fine.
Ooh, palm strike. Oh, that's a wrap. Combination, that's it.
Yeah, that's some wooden chunk. Phat Sam to the throat.
Ooh. You know, so the cinematography is legit for this. I mean, this looks great. Let's go. Oh, I love the camera angles. Love it. Love it. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's a wrap. Oof.
So you're feeling good. You good? You sure about that? Yeah. Hey,
Now, these gentlemen you've worked with before, Peter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some of them are my students too.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
From the Kung Fu school.
oh, come on. I don't like that nothing.
He has no idea. All right. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oof. Ooh, flying jumping knee. Love it. Uh-oh. So what location is this, Peter?
Say that again.
Oh,
Yeah, she's my student too. Oh man, she's been doing something for 10 years.
yeah.
This guy, he's a third-degree black belt taekwondo kickboxer.
The guy behind you?
Yeah, it's a buddy of mine. Got your arm kicked.
I love how majority of the fight is still in this one little location right here. That's great.
Small room is compact.
Yeah. I'm sure it was really. Oh! I'm sure it was difficult to. Oh, slice and dice. That's it. It's pretty tricky to do it in a small location, right?
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
Hard to maneuver around with all the camera angle and everything.
That's right. Ooh. I'm loving how your character's using everything. Guns, fist, feet, elbows, knives, everything. So is Brennan directing right now?
Yes, that was his idea, and he gave me,
Nice.
yeah, he gave me his idea for the script.
This is a pretty badass location, this garage here.
It was right in Garland, Texas.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice kick. Man. I'm loving the metal. That's right. With the rock music. Ooh. Oof. Great lighting, too. Oh, shit. He's taking his shirt off. He means business.
You know, he's just a big guy, and he has no martial arts training. So we just have to be creative with him.
Yeah. He could take punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on drugs.
All right, he's got an axe now. It's time to run, okay? That's it. Oh no! Oh what? Oh, now it's over. I loved your face expression, where you were like, "Wait a minute, he's still going." Phenomenal.
Peter, well done. Improving yourself. Got one question for you. Are you with us or against us?
I am here, and
Welcome to Mayhem.
so you want mayhem? I'll bring mayhem 24/7.
Yeah. See this character right here.
It was a test. And I passed the test.
hey, ho.
Thank you.
And that scratched the action itch, baby. That's right. But that last character, that last character that showed up.
And there was no rehearsal time.
Oh wow.
Showed up and I told her, I need you, come on over.
Yeah.
And, paid him for the day, and I need you to come on in, and
Yeah.
I need the fight scene. So this is what I need you to do.
Yeah.
And then we shot it.
Perfect. It was great. Lighting was great. Cinematography was great. The fight choreography was great. The camera work was great. You got the metal music. I love that kind of stuff. And but yeah, the kingpin type character that showed up at the end. Next time you're doing a short or something like that, and you're out in LA, let me know, man. I'll play that part.
Let's do it. I'm gonna do a short coming up really soon. Why don't you come on out and play a cameo for me?
Sure. Yeah.
We do it. Okay.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
I'm down. Yeah, I would love to do a cameo. Maybe you could break my neck or give me a sidekick or something. That'd be great. But yeah, I would love to. I would love to. Really quick here, Multi-Gun Man says this looks very good. He really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Multi-Gun. Anthony wants to know, is Mayhem gonna have a Blu-ray? Or that's a Hi-Yah exclusive, right?
Yeah, Haya. It's on Haya right now. But
Right.
yeah.
And Anthony also says he loved the Wing Chun that was used in
Thank
Mayhem.
you,
He
Anthony.
enjoyed that. Yeah. See, man, they're liking it. They're loving it. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I put it all the links in the description box below this video, the Hi-Yah channel, all that stuff. Make sure you click on it, and you can have it'll link you right to where you can try Hi-Yah for free. You have a free trial. Try it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Yeah. So, but you're gonna watch Mayhem on there 5 billion times. And of course, Foggy Mountain, which we're going to get to in a couple of seconds here. But let's talk about some other projects you've done. The Crawler. What was this project?
Yeah, that was an action horror that we did during COVID.
Ooh,
The second wave of COVID hit Vietnam.
right.
And they slowly reopened the city. And I think at that time, the movie theaters ran out of content. So they came to me and another local indie movie director in Vietnam, and they said, "Hey, for the last 3 to 4 months, we didn't really have much going on in the movie industry here in Vietnam, and I know everyone was losing money at that time.
Yeah.
So they said, "Hey, you have anything for us to show in the theater?" And we didn't have anything on. Other movie film producer in Vietnam didn't have anything going on during that time. So I know they made a deal. They gave us some money, and we only had a short amount of time to shoot that movie. And I shot that movie only 23 days.
Wow.
And then I cannot believe it. We shot that in 3 days in Vietnam. And then after 3 months of editing and everything, and then we released that movie in theaters. But you know what? Something was so weird about that time, and I don't know what to tell you. But again, after the premiere, the movie was shown in theaters. 5 days later, COVID shows up again.
Wow.
And at that time, I ran into a brick wall. I was saying to myself, I cannot quit. After 2 movies in a row, back to back, and
Yeah.
COVID kept hitting, and
Right.
it got pretty bad. And after that, at least the entire South region of Vietnam, shut down completely. No airplane, no flies, no nothing. And
Yeah.
I'm a U.S. citizen at that time.
Yeah.
I got stuck there for 3 months. At
Man.
that time, no flight was available. I remember I made a call to the U.S. embassy and I said, "Hey, I'm a U.S. citizen. I need to go back to America." And they go, "Well, right now there's nothing that we can do. You have to wait until we have some flights available in the future. But right now the whole country shut down. Nothing going on."
Man.
And I remember I volunteered to work for the hospital in Vietnam at that time to help out with COVID patients and everything. I still have a ton of footage on my personal Facebook, and
Oh, wow.
I didn't want to stay home. If
Yeah.
I die, I die. So I didn't have any shot. There was no vaccine available. I didn't really care for that. So I signed up. I volunteered to be in the front line to work with the medical team.
Wow.
About the Vietnamese that got affected with COVID. And
Yeah.
the first couple of days was crazy. I couldn't sleep. I saw so many, so many people die.
Oh,
And I remember I called my mom. She go, "You crazy? You need to get back to the country. You need to go back to America." I said, "That's okay, Mom.
yeah.
I'm a warrior. I can do this.
That's right.
I want to live my life more meaningful. I have done so much the last couple of years, and if I lose, who cares? It's okay. I didn't really care. I just want to make my personal life more meaningful for me. So I volunteered to work in that.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing you volunteered, man. And we're on the front lines to help the people, man. That's an awesome story. You're helping the people, but at the same time you're helping yourself. Like you said, like you just didn't want to stay home. You wanted to be a warrior, be on the front lines and help others. That's very commendable, man.
And
That's awesome.
I came back to the country after the worst wave of COVID hit Vietnam, and then
Yeah.
country slowly reopened and everything. And I flew back to United States late October of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
But to go back to that movie that you just talked about, it's called The Crawler. I do have a fight scene on my YouTube channel that we can show the audience if you want.
Yeah. Well, Jake says respect for what the story you just told. That's right. Respect for sure. For sure. Yeah, let's keep it going though. But you had me at action horror. You had me at action horror because that's the majority of this channel represents martial arts, action, and horror. So I'll definitely check out the fight scene from The Crawler in the future for sure. I'll definitely check it out. But Broken Oath before Foggy Mountain, this was it's like a 30-minute short film, right?
Right.
Was this like your most challenging project up to this point?
Now that one was really interesting. When the country shut down from COVID, me and my stunt team, we snuck out and we went into a warehouse because at that time they didn't allow people to drive and to hang out, social distancing and everything, right? So me and my stunt group got snuck inside a warehouse and paid the owner some money and said, we don't want to sit around doing nothing for a couple months,
Yeah.
So we decided to shoot that as what I call is a pilot.
Nice.
Episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The action sequence that I showed in the intro of this video where you jumped off the building.
Right.
How scary was that?
It was about 3-story building, and I did that about maybe at least 7 times. And I have no wire attached to me whatsoever. I just jump straight. Of course, there's protections on the ground, concrete and stuff like that. But I asked the stuntman to do a test jump, and then I did it.
Right.
But what I wanted, because I action directed the whole thing, I told the camera guy, hey, instead of you set the camera still and do a still shot, I want you to jump with me. And he looked at me like, are you crazy? So what we did, we had the stuntman hold the camera and hook him up with the wire from the back of his back.
Okay.
And went over the roof to a tree, and then 6 more guys, because he's a pretty big guy, and hold him in the air. And he ran after me and then jump along with me to the ground to capture that shot.
Wow.
After 7 times, he actually broke his leg.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we sent him to the hospital.
Yikes. Well,
it was wild.
Comes with the job. Well, he's doing okay though now, right?
It was fine.
Okay. Was that the biggest stunt you've done up to this point? Jumping off the building?
No, not really. That's just normal day-to-day activities.
It's for fun. You were bored.
Yeah, and 2022, which is last year, we did a really big movie right here in Houston.
Yeah.
For the Vietnamese community, and it's a full feature. It's in post-production in Vietnam right now, and it is going to be released in Vietnam, and hopefully would go. They will pick it up later this year or early part of next year. And that movie was pretty wild. I action directed that one. There was some car chasing scene that we did right here in downtown Houston, in Sugar Land, and we did a lot of crazy stuff.
What's the name of it?
Domino.
Yeah,
Domino.
Okay.
Domino.
Copy that.
Yeah, Domino it was about a bunch of second generation of gang member that immigrated to the U.S. from Vietnam after the war, and and they formed their own society, and they clashed with other group of gang members, and they were destroyed, and only a few guys survived. So it's pretty interesting.
Oh, I'm intrigued. I'll be on the lookout for that for sure.
That movie, the way I designed the action is totally different than what you have seen up until today on my channel.
Okay.
It's more like Korean style, if you will. Like it's more like brutal. Like we use a lot of fancy movement of the camera. We shoot it with non-movement. We try to keep the camera, still, so that you can see the real stabbing to the guts, and you see blood, stumble to the face, and things like that. So I can't wait to show it to everybody.
Oh, I'm excited. You got to keep me in the loop. You got to
Thank
keep me in the loop for that, so I can help spread the word for that for sure. But I was going through your other projects here that's listed on IMDb, and they have you down here for previs fight choreography for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Is that correct?
Oh no, that's not correct. That must be another Peter Pham that.
Okay, no,
Well,
I don't know.
yeah,
Or have somebody check your IMDb, man, because just in case. You know
yeah.
what? You're not the first actor I've had here on the channel as a guest to where their actual official IMDb, they're like, how the hell did that get there? Like, I'll ask them about it, a movie project. They're like, I wasn't in that. I was like, look, it's right here. So don't worry about it, man. You're not the only one, but that happens sometimes. Yeah, I'm looking at other stuff. The Devil You Don't, This Is War, Red Cargo. Are these projects still coming?
Yeah, well, Red Cargo is in South Africa. A friend of mine, again, COVID hit him, so everything has been pushed back.
Yeah.
Waiting for him to confirm with me. It is about, poacher, rhino horn that, they cut off the rhino horn and they ship it back to the Asia for exotics, medications, whatever you want to call it. Asian people are crazy, okay? Asian people are weird. So he approached to me with that script. It's called Red Cargo. It talk about a group of international criminal who go to Africa to pay the local villagers to go after the rhino, to cut off the horn and ship it back to Asia for exotic medicine. So he really wants to do that movie, and
Wow.
and it's a great idea. So it's been pushed back right now because of 2 years of COVID. So
Right.
yeah, I really want to do that project. Hopefully, my buddy Senzo in South Africa, shout out to him. And the Devil is one of the local guy here in Texas wrote a script that wants to do it. So it's still in pre-production. And This Is War was a Vietnam War movie that was shot and edited in Fort Worth, Texas. Already been done. I'm just waiting for the director to release that to the community. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just on the waiting list
Yes.
as of right now. Well, I'm sure it'll come out for sure. But yeah, man, let's get into Foggy Mountain here. I saw the clip here when the premiere looked. I saw photos of the premiere look really awesome, man. But I actually saw this, and when I see stuff like this, it makes me smile. That's awesome, man. Did you do more fight choreography for display, or was it just that right there?
I just made it up. We call it the the sneak show.
Yeah,
that was the night before the premiere.
Like
So
sneak peek.
yeah, the distributor set up the stage and invited all the local news reporter, journalists, film critics in Vietnam, and there was hundreds of people came out that night.
That's awesome.
To help promoting my movie.
Yeah. And that just shows they have confidence in you, man. That means they like they like what you're doing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's awesome, man. That's a great thing. But I wish more, action movies and martial arts movies that come out have these kind of premieres where you'd have the stunt man and the lead actor do something. The last time I saw something like that was maybe Headshot with Sonny Pang versus Iko Uwais did something on stage for the audience.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Maybe I don't understand why in the U.S. action movie they don't try to be a little bit more creative when it comes to the premiere night. In Asia, for example, like Donnie Yen or
Tony Jaa
or Iko or whoever.
Tony Jaa too.
On the night of the movie premiere, they actually set up the stage and the actor went up there and performed.
So cool.
They put together fight scenes live in front of thousands of audiences. And this wow.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that here in the US? Like John Wick, Keanu Reeves is more than capable of doing that,
You think they would. You think they would do it, but I don't know. Maybe they have a little private screening and the stunt people do something. I don't know. But more of that.
Yeah.
More of that. It's just so much fun to watch. You know, the last thing I can remember here in America was during the premiere of Universal Soldier.
Right.
Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren were faking a fight outside, like they were getting in each other's face, and they pushed each other, and people were breaking it up, like before the movie started. You know, just to kind of have some fun controversy. So stuff like that's fun. I think more. I agree with you though, Peter. Like more actors and the martial artists and stuntmen should definitely do some kind of display show for the audience for a premiere. I think it hypes everybody up. It gets people excited before they even watch the movie.
Right. Because to my opinion, when you're on set, if you messed up on the choreography, then you can reset and do it again.
Yeah.
You keep doing it, and the camera guy just keep filming it until you get the shot you want. So you can hide your mistakes, but when you're on stage, you cannot hide your mistake.
Right.
If you accidentally don't know how to stack a punch and a kick, you're gonna hurt your opponent or your partner or whatever. So to me, you have to have a very high fighting skill level to know how to move and punch and stack a punch properly. So it's gonna wow the audience.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they don't have the confidence to do it.
Yeah. They're scared their lead actors are going to get hurt. Actually, the last thing, I guess a good example would be, when Shang-Chi came out and when Everything Everywhere All at Once came out, the Martial Club guys went out there and they would do demonstrations for people in the theater. That's the last thing I could think of besides Foggy Mountain right here. So.
Oh man, the Martial Club. I'm a big fan of Brian and Andy. Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
They are amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I got a chance to meet them and interview them for last year's Comic-Con at San Diego Superhero for the Kung Fu Extravaganza panel. They were guests. So I got a chance to ask them some questions. I got a chance to meet them for a little bit. But yeah, those guys are great. Hey, I would love to see you work with those guys and do some fight scenes. You should reach out to them.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'd be down. I'm sure they would be down to do something with you, man.
I follow them on that channel, and for years, man, they keep getting better and better. And I'm so glad that they finally able to work with big production like Shang-Chi's, and most lately was I think American Born Chinese. And
Brian, that's right. Yes, they were a part of that.
Brian and Andy, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Me too. I feel Daniel's underrated out of the three.
Oh, Daniel.
I feel Daniel's so good, but it seems like the other two get the more attention. But all three of those guys are phenomenal.
They have their own kung fu school too, just like me. But
yeah, really? Or people could train and do tricking and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Wow, nice.
That's how they work their skill.
Copy that. All the way from the UK, we have Kevin here saying hello, PhatSamuraiGuy, and a Movie Dojo Army. Also, amazing guest Peter Pham. There you go. He's saying hello.
Thank you.
All the way from the UK is watching right now.
UK.
Yeah, but yeah, let's have some fun and talk a little bit about Foggy Mountain. But first, we gotta set the scene. Let's do it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie, Peter.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun with it, man. I really enjoyed it. I mean, right off the beginning, you just kick it off. The first fight really set the tone for how the rest of the fights and the fight choreography is going to be, plus the tone of the movie as well. And yeah, man, your character is just like, you know what, I don't do this anymore. I'm going to hang it up for my girl. And it goes wrong, of course. But I don't want to spoil too much because I want people to watch the movie on Hi-Yah. But yeah, man, love the cinematography, man. I love the directing. And you know, things get dark, everyone. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it gets dark, and then it's time for revenge. And we love revenge tales, whether it's whether it's samurai films, westerns, martial arts, revenge tales. Those storylines, they never get old to me. They never get old. Why? Because we can understand. You know, we understand why the person wants the revenge. Once the story is told in such a good way, then we're on board. You know, we're on the hero's side. You know, but yeah, those revenge stories will never get old. But I enjoyed the lead villain. I enjoyed this guy was having way too much fun being eval in the movie. And you know what part of the film that cracked me up? This is not really a spoiler, but it's like when his minions get the drop on you at the end of the movie and they bring you into that room and all they do is bring out a laptop, open up the laptop, and then our main villain's just there chilling with his shirt, just like watching you from the laptop. And the first thing he says is, because he's looking at you, is, "Man, you look pathetic." That's like the first thing he said.
Wow.
And I was rolling, man. I was cracking up. I was like, okay, this villain, you know, this villain, he's having fun. This actor's having fun in this role. So,
You know, we had a tough time shooting this first feature in Vietnam because the Vietnamese government, you know, still pretty strict with everything that they want to, you know, to allow filmmakers in Vietnam to produce and shoot their way of making a movie. And especially me, being a U.S. citizen, I'm considering a foreigner. So I had to submit the script to the censorship department for review before they sign off on it and allow us a permit to film. So we had to modify and you know, rework and change a lot of things based on their requirements. So it was pretty tough, and I don't want to get too much into that, but
yeah.
a lot of things that I just had to comply in order
Right.
to get my first movie done. You know, unlike in the U.S.,
Yeah.
the government don't really care. You know, you just shoot a movie,
Yeah.
story however you like, and when it's finished, they're just gonna label it, you know, PG-13, rated R, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But not over there. The same thing with China, I'm sure. So I had a tough time, but I learned a lot out of that. The gentleman that you saw, you know, the first opening scene, he's actually a boxing champion. He's like the Mike Tyson of Vietnam.
Oh, really?
He's a 6'1",
Big dude. Yeah.
185 pounds.
He's the champ.
He's a champ. He's currently a WBA Asia title holder.
So, was it difficult for him to transition from real fighting to movie fighting choreography?
Yes, I'll tell you, when I first got to Vietnam, people over there, especially the director that I worked with, didn't have much connection how to bring in an opponent that matched with the way I wanted at that time. So I personally reached out to him, and that was his first movie ever, his first fight scene. So I trained him myself for a couple of days, and we shot that scene. And I got hit. I got caught with the left hook.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember he actually hit me for real. So I actually had to block everything with full speed and power to protect myself because he just didn't know how to stack a punch or to protect me on him on set.
Right.
So after several shot, and I remember the floor was pretty slippery. So he actually, because of the floor was slippery, he caught me with the right hand or left hand. Bam! I saw a stop.
Ooh.
Fell down. I got right back up, and I looked at him. I go, I shook my head and I pushed my jaw back, and the stunned team, everybody like dropped everything, ran out to the set, to the floor, picked me up. Are you okay? I said, I'm fine. And I pushed my jaw back, and I took like a minute's break, and I said, come on, let's go again. And at that moment, I turned on the fighting mode, kept on going.
Yeah.
Wow. And so, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm sure he learned after fighting with you once it was done.
Right.
But yeah, that definitely a great opening fight to set the tone. You got our evil villain, and I always talk about this all the time here on the channel, how important it is to have a very memorable villain. The villain could be fun, but memorable. You know what I mean? It's really important for an action movie, because I'm sure, Peter, me and you have seen thousands of martial arts or action movies, and a lot of times you don't even remember who the villain was. Like, until you come across a few of them, we're like, wow, that actor was great. He nailed it. And it elevates the whole project. It elevates the whole movie.
Right.
So it's very important. People don't think about that. They're like, oh, he's just a bad guy. But yeah, a great bad guy can really elevate any project. So.
Right.
But yeah, cinematography is beautiful, man. There's some really gorgeous shots in the film, man. I mean, this is like a legit looking movie.
Yeah, we moved the entire crew to the most remote part of the country, and we were hunting and looking for top mountains with clouds and fogs, and I mean,
Yeah.
this just was beautiful. And I remember when we finished the movie, I didn't even want to go back to the city because I felt connected to the jungles. I felt connected to the beautiful weather and the fresh air. Because we have to camp. We have to camp out there in the
Yeah.
jungles overnight, many nights in a row to get the shot we want. So yeah, it was a lovely time.
Nice. But was it lovely working with Simon?
Yes.
This guy's great.
That guy, oh man. I knew him from Ip Man 3 in the elevator fight scene, right? Oh, was it 2 or 3?
It's
Two.
3, yeah. He was great.
Yes.
He was great in that, yeah.
That scene was crazy, man.
Almost steals the movie.
It is.
Yeah.
So
He's so good.
I looked at the script, and then I actually, the script was my idea. I co-wrote the script with my friend.
Nice.
I brought it to Vietnam, and I talked to them. I said, hey, I described to him what I want in my mind about this villain, and we searched the entire country of Vietnam. We couldn't find someone that matched with the description that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I thought about Simon. I said, what about him? And the producer said, heck yeah, he's the guy. Can you bring him in? So I reached out to him, and he said yes. And I got on the phone with him, and we started talking. And then I flew into Vietnam, and that was the end of it. And he loved it. And I just brought him back over there again last 3 months for another project.
Oh, that's great.
Netflix, yeah.
Yes.
So working with him was fun. His Muay Thai skill was top, right?
It's insane.
Flying knees, crazy.
I mean, going back to what I was mentioning earlier about villains having it, great actors having it. You can't take your eyes off of them. And Simon's definitely one of them, in terms of being just really extremely intimidating. Like, you don't want to fuck with this dude. Yeah. No, Simon's great.
But when he changed his face to like me, I was like, damn, I don't want to mess with him. His elbow, I don't want to eat that elbow.
Yeah. They a lot of people say that sometimes. They say that the most evil villainous of kung fu and martial arts stars, the actors are actually very sweet. They're very nice in real life, But yeah, I'm so happy to hear that you're going to be doing more projects with Simon, because he's badass. And here's a little Hi-Yah clip of Simon in action here. Dude, I'm pumped up. I want to watch the movie again. You guys have got to see this movie. Go to Hi-Yah and watch it right now. But that fight sequence right there, how long did it take you and him to work it out with the stunt?
I designed an action sequence right at the office of the producer.
Mm.
Vietnam is a small country. Unlike the U.S., you have a lot of space, and we didn't have a lot of big warehouses over there. So remember, the producer and the director rented this little office. It's about twice the size where I'm sitting right now. And so Simon usually come and hang out with me and everybody there. And then, while we were talking, and I talked to him, hey, Simon, I have this fight scene for the stuntman with you in this scene. How do you see yourself fighting it? And we were talking about it. And I think Simon just said, you know what, Peter, it's up to you. You the action guy, and you come up with the design you want. And so I called 4 stuntmen to come over, and we just put together the fight sequence at the office. And being a Wing Chun guy and a Jeet Kune Do, I like to fight with the small space. And I understand Simon is a Muay Thai guy, so he needs to use a lot of space, So we put together the fight sequence on the spot for maybe 3 or 4 times. Then we rehearsed, and then we went to the set and we shot it. And it took us only 1 day to do it.
Wow. Yeah. I don't think people notice when they watch that fight for the first time, but I noticed immediately. Simon was using the back part of the axe to fuck people up.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't get that at first, but he's using the other side, not the sharp side, but still messing them up. You know what I mean? Because he's that badass.
Going back to the movie industry in Vietnam, a lot of the time, they don't want you to show a lot of brutality.
Oh, really? Okay.
In the public movie theaters for children and kids, to watch. Like the U.S., if I had a way to do it my way, I would have allowed Simon to chop their ear, go for the arm. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the message in the movie is humane.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to kill the guys that have less power than him, so he flipped the axe the other way, just smashing them in the head.
That's all he needed to do.
And I thought it was pretty good,
Yeah, it still worked. It still worked for sure.
Yeah.
NSG here saying, hello, PhatSamuraiGuy. Really glad to catch you live after such a long time. Hello, Mr. Peter.
NSG, hello, brother.
Yeah. Got some badasses showing up here. But yeah, I love that fight. It was great. But I'm spoiled here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so Simon definitely killed it. And the character was just, I knew he was unbelievably badass, because when somebody does a running jump kick on the guy and he doesn't even move, that's a bad day. You do running, sprint, jump kick, and the guy's just like nothing. Yeah, it's time to run from.
Well, you hit the brick wall, and the brick wall just stare at you, not moving.
But the first this screenshot's a little dark, but this the fight inside the house.
Yeah.
This fight, I love the end finale fight too. I love all of the fights in this movie, but you and Simon's duels are my favorite. But this one might be my favorite. My favorite. I'm not sure. I got to go back and forth. That's how you know when it's hard to pick which is your favorite fight. That means the movie did a great job. But this fight here, I absolutely love it. And people out there that are watching it want to get into the fight choreography business, how to film a fight choreography or an action sequence. I want you guys to watch this fight when you watch the movie on Hi-Yah. This fight here, I was blown away with all of the amazing. I mean, the editing was perfect. The movement between you and Simon was great. I love how the fight ended up going outside of the house and underneath, but the camera work, man. There were so many creative camera angles. There was an above shot showing you guys fight. There was an up close underneath your arms. I mean, that's how you do it, man. That's how you keep fights to be exciting. Of course, the performers, elevate the fight because they're both amazing. You and Simon are amazing. But I was impressed really with the camera work. I was not expecting Did you have any insight on or say in camera angles and editing?
Absolutely, absolutely. First of all, that fight scene, we found that house that was built with the most highest quality of wood from Vietnam, because there's a lot of trees and jungle there. So what
Yeah.
happens was the rich, wealthy people, you know, pay the money to go build a house based on they collect the most expensive type of wood. So the floor was shiny, it's heavy, and it's really hard. And even if you use the knife to cut it, the knife will bounce back and hit you. That's how crazy the wood, the quality of the wood.
Yeah.
It was really slippery. But to go back to answer your questions, the camera angles and the choreography of fight scene go hand in hand. So you have to collaborate to bring out the highest level, the climax, the characters, the chemistry of the movement. Without the camera angles, then if you set the camera still and you film something without the creativity of the camera angle, then to me, the fight sequence looks boring. So it's very important.
Yes.
So when we put together a fight scene, I told the camera guy that, hey, we want to sell the fight to the audience and make them feel engaged, that they actually in the fight with me. Usually when you watch two guys, you either pick Simon or you pick me. I
Yeah.
want that guy to win. I want that guy to win. That guy is my guy. And they pretend that they are that guy fighting with the opposite opponent. So now they have to feel like they have to follow. Oh, they move along with the camera angle. So it's hard to describe that, And
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I think this subject is a lot to talk about. I'm not the expert. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think the best way to do is you have to shoot a previous.
Mm.
You rehearse the sequence inside the stun with the stun group at the warehouse at the dojo, and then you use the camera to shoot a previous, and you have to test multiple angle, and you cut the previous in front of you and the director in the computer, and then you study that previous to see, oh, that angle doesn't look good, because sometimes what you see with your eyes and what you imagine in your head is different when you shoot with a camera, and then
Hmm.
put in the software you edit that sequence. It might not come out the way you want it, but if you have time to prepare that in pre-production, shoot that previous, then show it to your producer and your director and your stuntman.
Yeah.
Their input. Oh yeah, I think we need to add a top shot. Then you write that down, and then you have that previous like a storyboard, like a
Yeah.
list. When you go out on set, you just base on that and you shoot it. And then when you wrap with that scene, then you have time. So you know what? I think we got what we want, but let's push it to the next level. Let add some additional shot. And then when you bring all that to the post-production house and you work with the editor, then I believe you will have the best sequence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, like I love the end finale fight, but this one it might inch it out just for today, and then I'll switch back to the finale fight be my favorite. But yeah, I love it. I was just like, dude, they get it, and I love going you know back to what you were saying, how you want the audience to be involved in the fight. I love how you had these other interesting shots later with the guy who was running at you in the forest and or in the jungle, and it was first person view of him running at you, and then he just runs right into your fist, and then it's the first person shot of him falling back, and you coming over him like that was great. Yeah, more stuff like that. You don't see a lot of that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that stuff's always fun. Stuff's always fun. But back to the story of Foggy Mountain here. It's always interesting when you understand why the hero wants revenge, but it's interesting when you still see the hero, the character, still struggling. Because he's got a one track mind, revenge, revenge, revenge. But when he comes across other characters and then they need help, now he's torn. And he's like, man, do I help these villagers? Like, do I go back on the mission for revenge? What do I do? And he's very torn, and until he's not torn, and then he makes a decision later, which you'll see when people watch the movie. But I like when it's not so easy for the hero. You know what I mean? Or the hero's not completely invincible. Like, your character took damage. Your character almost lost. I'm not going to say where because I don't want to spoil anything. But it's nice to see that, because when the character is completely invincible, like 100% invincible from beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, then you're just kind of like, well, I mean, that happened. But you want to see your hero struggle because that makes you, as a viewer, root for him, right?
Right.
You're rooting for the hero. You want to see him kind of go through some stuff, mentally struggle with some choices and things he has to do. And so, yeah, little things like this throughout the movie where he had to make some hard decisions. It's always good to see that kind of stuff. So, was that written in the script, planned?
Absolutely. Right. You explained it all. Not just only in this movie, but the same with other movies. Whenever you watch your hero or the character that lead the entire journey, if that character is untouchable, no struggle for him, no issue, internal issue, conflict, drama within himself, then it's going to be boring.
Yeah, like why watch?
Yeah,
what's the point?
Human DNA. Every day you have to struggle with a little issue, hiccup at the end of the table here and there. Everybody, nothing is perfect in this world. So is the movie. You get stuck in traffic. You burn your breakfast in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You left the house with the phone, with 10% battery. Things like that everyday life struggle. And sometimes to me, movies that tell the story where the hero just perfect from the beginning all the way to the end. And never have any issues or problem, then I think it's going to be boring to watch. Don't you?
It's just boring.
Even the villain himself too. Even the bad guy, the main villain in any movie, I think they should have problem too.
Yeah. Now that's interesting.
Right?
That's something you don't see a lot of. That's interesting.
Because you see a lot of movie where the villain just straight out a bad guy, killing for no reason, kidnapping for no reason, but they have to have a motive behind.
Mm-hmm.
They have loved ones, mother, father, whatever. They have pets. They have issue. Why? What's the motive behind that? Open that place so that they have choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, So
no, that's a good point. You don't really see that a lot, but especially in the action genre. But going back to SPL, Sammo Hung's character kind of comes to mind, where that ending to that movie, everyone's seen Killzone / SPL by now. That ending blew my mind. It blew my mind when Donnie Yen's character you think he's won, and he pours some for the homies at the bar, and then right after that, Sammo Hung's character throws him out of the building, and Sammo thinks his character thinks he won, and then Donnie Yen's body falls right on the car where Sammo Hung's character's family was, and you just have that scene of him just sitting there weeping. What a classic!
Classic. I
mean,
I'm a big fan of Sammo
we
Hung.
don't. Oh my God, we don't always have to have a happy ending. Happy endings are fun, but sometimes it's good to shake things up. And Killzone's SPL is a classic. I even love Paradox. That's another one I really love too. That had a very dark ending. That's Killzone 3. Had a very dark ending. But yeah, it's good to shake things up. But that just reminded me, layered villain characters. We need more of that, right? Instead of just one dimensional. I'm a bad guy. Let's get let's get to know them a little bit better.
Right.
So, yeah, for sure. Let me see here. He goes, a villain always starts as a righteous guy until he gets too blinded with his conviction and crosses all the limits and boundaries one shouldn't cross. That's interesting. Yeah.
That's really
interesting. Mm-hmm. But back to Foggy Mountain, I love this multiple attacker fight sequence here. This was great, man. I think he went up against like 5 or 6 dudes at once.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
this was really vamping up the action towards the third act of the movie. Was this pretty simple to put together, or was this challenging?
We actually made that up on set that day.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was not part of the original fight sequence that I had in mind. And then, of course, we had to cut out some other fight sequence because that's the director's choice and the producer that comply with the requirement of the government.
Right, right, right.
Due to the extreme violence and things like that, that we had to comply with my first movie. But that fight scene you just show a screenshot was pretty fun because we made that up on set. Yeah.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. Love it. Yeah, that was great. I was like, ooh, more of that. Yes. But the finale fight, hey, we got round two. Round two between you and Simon was great. And look at that boot work you're sporting there, my friend. That's some
Yeah,
incredible boot work.
there was an accident when we shot that scene with Simon that I can share that
Oh,
with you. So the prop master designed two aluminum knife for me. I had two. If you watch it, that's my way to replicate a Wun Chun butterfly sword. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's Wun Chun butterfly sword. But I didn't want to use the Wun Chun butterfly sword in the scene because it wouldn't make any sense. So we make two knives, and it was pretty hard. And Simon's axis was made out of wood, so everything was hard. No plastic. So I remember when he kicked my hand. Okay, so instead of the knife supposed to fly that way, it bounced back like this, boom, right? Boom, and the knife goes like a boomerang, went back and poked right into his eye.
Oh, wow.
Now, I still have the behind the scene footage. Boom, he fell back, and oh shit.
Ooh.
I dropped everything, went over there and picked him up. And I took out his eye. And he lay down on the ground and we put eyes on him and the whole production stopped for like an hour. And then his eye turned really red. But look, he was fine.
Oh, good.
And after that, I got scared and I held back. When we got into it, he's very skillful.
Yeah.
Right? Go, pop, 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 and I had to protect myself because I didn't want him to kill me.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was a shot where I go boom, boom, go this way. He kicked me, bam, right? So the knife's supposed to, you have to collaborate with his angle where you threw the knife that way, but because he hit me so fast that it caused the reaction of my wrist go like this,
Ooh.
I go like this, and come back and hit him. I don't know how.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so he got hurt on that set with me.
Well, I'm glad nothing serious happened, and I think that he was okay because he's Simon. Simon was probably like, I just need some Visine. Just give me some Visine. I'll be all right.
We can get him on your show next time.
I would love to. I'd love to have you either both of you back on when your future project with him comes out, or I'll reach out to Simon. I would love to have him here for sure. But speaking of the fight, I have a small taste to show everybody watching here, just a little bit. So here you go. We got the two legends in action. Yeah, that's right. That's a little taste. That's all you get. You got to see the rest on Hi-Yah. That's right. But yeah, dude, that elbow combination that he did on you what was that, like 8 hits at once?
More than that. So we talked about that and said, hey, Peter, use your chain punch. Pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to return a favor. I'm going to use elbow.
Dude, that was
and it worked. He was like, I was like, okay, stay away from my face. I don't want you.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I saw you gave him some stiff elbows back. I saw it. That was some good ones, But yeah, that was great. There's a little taste for you guys watching. But yeah, man, this was a blast having you here on the channel. I'm looking forward to anything you got coming out, future projects, shorts. Keep us in the loop for sure. Actually, I was getting ready to wrap it up, but I have to sometimes, we have fun here. I have to ask fun questions. I forgot to ask you this earlier. What's some of your favorite old school kung fu or martial arts movies from back in the day? And then I got one more question after that.
Okay.
Some of your favorites.
Some of my favorite, Gordon Liu, the 36 Shaolin Chamber.
Yeah.
He graduated from the Shaolin Temple where he had to fight all the wooden dummy. And then when he reached to the end of the tunnel, he has to pick up this gigantic copper with the two dragon on the side and with a bunch of incense leading up, and then he burned himself and then he graduated. I was like, that was insane. And all his movie. And then the early 90s with Jet Li, Wang Fei Hong.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those Once Upon a Time in China movies. The first two are my favorite for sure. But yeah, those are classics. Honest opinion of Fist of Legend. Jet Li's Fist of Legend.
Fist of Legend. Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, it's a classic. That's another good one.
Classic. Great movie.
Okay. So how about recent action movies or martial arts films? Anything recent that you're kind of digging? You're like, you know what? I like what they're doing there.
Recent, couple of them, of course. I think Ip Man 1 and 2 are the best, in my opinion.
Yes.
And
Ip Man 5 is coming, by the way.
I didn't expect that. Donnie Yen in that movie or no?
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, he's in there.
I never heard anyone talked about it. All of a sudden, I saw, Ip Man 5. When did they make that movie?
Yeah, and there's a Flashpoint 2 coming. He's doing another Flashpoint. I know. That just came out of nowhere.
Ip Man, and then before that was Ong Bak, of course, and then the Great Redemption with Iko.
Yes,
that blew my mind.
Yeah,
that's come out from Asia, and then most recently is John Wick 4.
Yeah,
ridiculous,
fun. Fun. It was fun talking to Marco Zaror about his experience during John Wick when I had him here on the channel. But yeah, there's some good stuff now. There's some great. I think this is the year, Peter, and I've said this several times on the channel already. I think this is the year where things are going to start changing. I think the action and the martial arts genre is making a comeback. I think this is the year, because look at how successful John Wick 4 was.
Right.
And we have these we have what you call it? What's the other one? Sisu was fun. That was another action movie that was fun.
I watched that in theater. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was fun. Havoc with Tom Hardy's coming back. That's coming out. The Raid director is doing Havoc with Tom Hardy and Sonny Pang. That's coming out. You got Extraction 2 coming out. I think this is the year where things are changing, and I think the mainstream casual audience are now embracing more than ever the action and martial arts genre. Right. And all I got to say, it's about goddamn time. It's about time.
I would love to see, me personally, I would love to see more traditional martial arts.
Of course, yes.
Being incorporated into Hollywood production.
Sure.
It seems like to me most of that stuff usually come out from Asia. But when it comes to the US, you will see the modernized action genre like John Wick. Right. I want to see classic fight to be incorporated in the modernized movie. Yeah,
there was it Grandmaster of Kung Fu, Fearless Kung Fu King were probably the two best recent Kung Fu movies I've seen. They not in America. They were released from China, but I agree with you. They're still doing it over there. Not so much here in America, but look at the action scenes that were in Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was the Marshall Club brought some stuff there with Michelle Yeoh. Yeah. So I think things are changing. I think things are changing for the better. And we love it all here. you know, here on the channel. We love the modern stuff. We love the old school classic stuff. Respect for the old school, man. Respect, you know. But yeah, and you're even better, you know, suited to do the filmmaking stuff that you're doing, you know, because you have the respect for the old school. You've learned on the old school. You grew up with it. And now, you know, you can adapt the modern stuff and mix it in there a little bit. It's a great time now, I think.
You know, my dream is I wish that, you know, big time producer or directors out there in Hollywood or wherever they are,
Yeah.
you know, discover me, because you know, I would love to be part of their project to bring what I know, you know, because, you know, especially here in America, you know,
Yeah.
the, the actors don't usually have a massive amount of training, you know,
Yeah.
throughout their career. You know, Jason Statham, you know, Scott Adkins, you know, those
Yeah.
great guy. But
Yeah.
other than that, you know, we don't have that many
Yeah. Yeah.
action actors that have intensive amount of martial arts background
Right.
in
Right.
America.
I mean, even Keanu Reeves, no, it's perfect. Even Keanu Reeves, you know, we all know that he trains really hard to do what he does. But I seen a couple of interviews where he was just like, I'm not even close to being in the league of Scott Adkins or Donnie Yen. He's like, don't put me with them, because he's like, those guys are the real masters.
Oh, they are.
He's like, don't compare. Keanu's always seemed like he's a really humble guy, you know. But I saw a couple of interviews where he's just like, you know, I work really hard to do the best I can on screen, but don't put me with them. Those guys paved the way. You know, those guys are the real masters. He knows. Respect, right? Respect.
Keanu, he's amazing. He's the most humble guy
Yeah.
in Hollywood, and he spent a lot of time training in practice.
Yeah.
His fight choreography with the real master to
Yeah.
what we saw in John Wick is the real. He's the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yuan Wu Ping, Tiger Chen, you know, they helped mold Keanu to what he is today.
Absolutely.
But one of my favorite things I've seen, it just warmed my heart. It was a video that came out way back, and I think it was around the first John Wick movie came out, and he was promoting it in Japan. I don't know if you've seen this video on YouTube, but you can look it up on YouTube. But he's promoting it in Japan, so he's there in Japan. He's on a show being interviewed. But what he doesn't know is that Sonny Chiba's in the back, getting ready to surprise him because he's a big Sonny Chiba fan.
Right.
So Keanu Reeves is sitting there. You can find it on YouTube. I'll send you the video. I'll send it to you.
Send me the video.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. He's sitting there just looking around, and all of a sudden Chiba comes out from the back, and Keanu Reeves turns, and he's just like, "Oh my god!" He's just like, he doesn't know what to do. And Chiba sits down with him, and they talk, and yeah, man, it's another legend right there, Chiba. Yeah, Viva Chiba. But yeah, man, I really think this is the year where things are going to start changing. You know, I hope so. I mean, I have love for all kinds of other genres. I'm a big horror movie fan and stuff like that. But I mean, in terms of the mainstream audience, the casual audience, they're, action is cool again. Keanu Reeves just whipped out some nunchucks. Martial arts is cool again.
Right.
It's time for the casual audience to embrace what's special about the action genre and martial arts genre. And I'm very thankful and honored that you were here to discuss martial arts and action with me. But I'm very thankful that you're going to do your part, Peter, to continue to bring us future awesome content, whether it's more shorts, whether it's more movies, whether it's a series. I could see you doing also a Hi-Yah series, man. Especially after watching that fight scene from Mayhem, I could see a whole show. Like I don't know if Hi-Yah has exclusive shows just for the channel. I know they have other shows that they bring over from China and stuff. But like
we've been talking about it, you know, me and
dude, be perfect.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, and I think I'm ready to you know, create some contents for the channel whenever they are ready. And by the way, just most recently, just a few weeks ago, I was in Dallas, and a buddy of mine who hosted a on-camera workshop that I taught, and I'm gonna release that documentary for the public to know. So basically, they brought me up there to teach a comeback workshop for brand new actors. That's something I share with you. Yeah. So we had about a dozen people sign up. They came in from California, Missouri, San Antonio, some other part of the country.
Nice.
And it was only one day. And I
Right.
told them, and then I also picked up the camera and I shot the documentary and I created some sequences for them.
Nice.
So, I'll send it to you after the
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
want to release that and then invite more people to sign up and participate in my next workshop. Share with them what I know. So.
Yes, yes. I mean, like you said earlier, you're still, as a creator and filmmaker, you're still constantly learning as you go, getting better. But you have a lot of knowledge already, Peter, and I think they know that, and they want you to share what you know to people who want to learn. So yeah, man, that's awesome. The more the merrier. Share your knowledge, my friend.
Teaching is learning, so sharing is also learning. So I'm constantly learning and
Yeah.
trying my best to improve myself, and hopefully I can continue to do what I love.
Yes, sir. Well, if you keep doing what you're doing, we'll be here supporting you, my friend. That's right.
Thank
Yes. Really quick.
That samurai guy.
That's right. That's right. Really quick before we wrap it up for the day, Peter, is anything you'd like to say to your followers and fans?
Oh, thank you. Special thanks to Preston, the Fat Samurai, for inviting me to your show. Special thanks to Haya and Well USA, Brennan, for picking up my first feature. And again, thanks to the audience. Some of you have been following me. Some of the new ones might get to know me now. Other than that, thank you. And, please continue to support me. And I want to create more contents for casual audience who love martial arts movie.
That's right. That's right. And if the casuals show up, the hardcore fans
Hardcore.
already there. We're already there, my friend.
Yes,
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Peter, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere yet. But all you badasses, hey, thanks for hanging out on the show today. We appreciate it. Hey, don't forget everything, all that is Peter Badassity is in the description box below. Subscribe to his channel. And if you enjoyed yourself today, go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the old Samurai Guy. That's right. Share this video, spread the word, get it out there. Don't forget, check out Hi-Yah below. Check out the link to try it for free. That's right. Watch Foggy Mountain on there. Have a good time. Explore Hi-Yah. There's so much there. And that channel is constantly evolving and getting better. That's right. Like Peter as a filmmaker. Oh, I said it. Hey, that was nice. That was a good segue. Constantly evolving, becoming better. All right, guys. Thanks again. Don't forget to, one really quick. Sunday at 11 a.m., come back to the channel. Me, Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast, and filmmaker Matt Merritt from Keep Forward Productions, we're going to be ranking all of the In the Line of Duty films 1 through 4 and the Tiger Cage movies. We're gonna rank them all together. So that's going to be fun. That's this Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah. So see you guys there. I know we decided let's just do it all together. Fine. Those are all classic.
I'll be watching them.
Well, I appreciate that, Peter. So Peter, don't go anywhere, but I'll see you badasses on the next one. Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye, guys.